Investigates looking into passenger complaints about the security screening process at Logan Airport after some say that they have been subjected to inappropriate conduct while passing through security.
Our Mike Beaudet is examining the line between intrusive searches and the critical need to keep the flying public safe.
This was indecent assault.
He says a Transportation Security Administration officer went way too far during a security screening at Logan Airport.
And he went up one leg and hit my testicle hard enough for me to jump and cause pain. And then he proceeded to come around to the front and took his hand and rubbed it 4 times very, very slowly and very deliberately across my manhood.
Well, it was incredibly traumatic.
She says a TSA officer at Logan rammed screening equipment up into her 54-year-old client's crotch.
It felt to her, the equivalent of a sexual assault, the way in which, the wand was used against her body.
TSA told CARE, the Council on American Islamic Relations in Massachusetts, which represents the woman, it was unable to corroborate the allegations. As for the man's account, TSA tells 5 Investigates that TSA and Massachusetts State Police viewed a video of the screening and determined that it was a routine pat-down. TSA records show Logan had more complaints about screenings and pat-downs in 2017 and 2018 than similar-sized airports across the country. 5 Investigates obtained more than 170 passenger complaints about TSA at Logan Airport through a Freedom of Information Act request. The complaints date back to January 2017, including one woman who said, "I was so humiliated," after her bags of breast milk set off the detector and she was subjected to a full-body pat-down. People were stopping and staring at me. Another woman described a humiliating process after she was frisked 4 times in public view and then taken to a private room and told to drop her pants for screening. A 63-year-old passenger complained about an invasive search, saying the agent said he had to check my genital area 5 times. And a man said he was publicly humiliated and emotionally shaken after TSA agents did a pat-down of intimate areas of his body and unpacked all of his luggage in public view. The 60-minute screening caused him to miss his flight.
Absolutely. I've been treated in a gruff manner by TSA officers in the past.
Anthony Amore was the Assistant Federal Security Director at TSA in Boston after the agency was formed in the wake of 9/11.
Should things get that heated while you're passing through a checkpoint?
No, I mean, ideally, when passengers are going through a checkpoint, every one of them is treated the same. They're treated with dignity and courteously, and with the sole mission of making sure that the TSA is providing top flight security.
But Amore says he's not surprised to hear about complaints due to both the number of people flying through Logan and the nature of the job.
Talking about a job where you have to touch people pretty close to their intimate areas and be sure that they're not carrying a dangerous weapon. How could you not have gotten some complaints? I would say that I don't think that there's a problem with TSA officers sexually assaulting people at airports.
The TSA points out the complaints make up a small fraction of the millions of people who are screened at Logan every year. We asked the TSA if any TSA officers at Logan have been disciplined for mistreating passengers during the screening process. A spokesperson told us we'd have to submit a new Freedom of Information Act request to get that answer, which we've now done. But it's worth pointing out the TSA took 6 months to process our last FOIA request. Mike Beaudet, 5 Investigates.